Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So, happy Friday. Thanks for joining. Just looking for some information real quick. But thanks for joining. And as you can see, the Zebec continues to make that run back up the chart. So let me know what you guys think about that. Thanks for joining. And as you can see, we made it to Friday and things are looking pretty good. So I'm actually looking for something on my desk, but I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, we are running behind a little bit today. Looking for something on my desk. I got to clean this desk off. It is too much stuff on the desk. Wait a minute. I was looking for that. That's weird. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Z Nation, ZBCN family, BTM Mob, BTM Crypto News Network. Let's go. So, as you can see, we got something to talk about today because ZBCN just broke out and we are heading a little bit ahead of time. And we are trying to see how big we're going to run up. ZBCN broke out, and you already know what happens when the charts start acting like it drank 3 Celsius and heard XRP Vegas was 5 days away. I wish I could get out to Vegas, but things just got kind of crazy at work. Plus, I don't think I'll be able to go there anyway. So I guess we'll have to report from here. So let me know in the comments if you guys are going to Vegas. But today we're breaking down the whole story, the breakout, the countdown to Vegas, the best integration, the base integration, the payment infrastructure, the card stack, the super app, and the big question everybody wants answered. Is this a quick pump or is ZBN starting the next leg up? So drop a 1 in the chat if you're holding ZBCN. Drop a 2 if you're watching from the sidelines. And drop a 3 if you sold too early and now you're staring at the chat like it owes you an apology. So let me add this real quick. So what up, Peter? Dang it. Move stuff around. Now the thing is in the way. What up, Peter? Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're moving hopefully a green weekend. I hope so too. Yo, BTM. What up? Huncho Hendricks. What's going on with your fam? Peter. Drop it. DM. Hey man, happy Friday. Happy Friday. I guess that's Lumen, I guess. But thanks for joining. Let me see here. Got to go back over. Let's start the screen share and see what we can see. I think I hit the wrong button there, but no worries. So this is the BTM Crypto News Network. Make sure you join while you can before things get crazy. So this is CKJ Boozilla, the hidden gem hunter. Let's see what he's got going on real quick. So shout out to Boozilla. This is Overkill Trading. See what they're saying about.
There's 3 more chart requests from over inside the Discord. If you guys have chart requests, put them in right here in the chart request thread, and I'm just taking them right here. The first one we're looking at here, 3 cryptocurrencies. The first one's AVE. So this one actually was involved in some kind of hack. I'm not 100% sure on what's going on with it. I just seen the news that there was like a $282 million hack on Layer 0, which is integrated with AVE. So again, I'm not a huge fundamental guy. I just kind of pay attention to the headlines. And these guys are wrapped up in some kind of thing right now. So obviously the chart looks really good, right? We have been pounded down from $350 all the way down to $90. I mean, so if you believe in AVE, if you think they're going to recover, I really don't think the hack is as big as a deal as people are making it out to be. But I mean, this name has just been absolutely beat up. So this is a really big DeFi name. They're really big in the lending game. And they've gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months in a row. You haven't seen that happen consecutively. Okay, 8 months in a row down ever on the chart. So 8 months down. I mean, guys, this crypto pullback has been brutal. Like, there's not a lot of people that like crypto right now. And now those are the best times where we want to be buying, right? We want to be loading up. We want to buy when no one's excited. Okay, that's the name of the game. It feels stupid to do, right? When no one's excited, people are in despair, right? We don't want to buy when everyone's in euphoria and having a good time because things are going up and away. We want to buy when things suck. Things suck in despair, right? Despair is like an 8-month-long dip. So again, I don't own any AVE, and that hack obviously is concerning, but it also could be another thing that's just trying to get you to sell your shares down here. So if you believe in this thing long term, if you believe they're going to recover, I mean, the technicals, the chart says it's a really good time to buy. Okay, these are the lows from 2024, lowest point we've been in 2 years. Again, everyone wants to buy and tell you how great they are up here, but no one wants to buy down here in the dirt, right? We want to buy when this wave is down here, given a green dot, boom. We've gotten a few of those over the last couple of months. Okay, this thing's just been stuck in a very nasty downtrend. Again, it's never dropped 8 months in a row like this ever. So again, 2-year low looks good at $90. I think it looks pretty decent if they can withhold that hack. I'd have to do more research on the hack. And then STX, so this one's based on the monthly here. So we're getting our monthly signal down here. So we trade the monthly and the weekly chart here, guys. We're swing traders, not day traders. We try to catch the big move. You can see the last time STX was down here was back in 2022. That was 4 years ago. It hit 18, 19 cents and went all the way up to $4. Okay, now we're right back down at that same level. Some would call this a double bottom if we can find a bounce here, but we would be bullish on this one here as long as this holds. Okay, I'd put a stop loss probably at 19 cents. And the last one is ZBCN. We still like ZBCN here. The dot is still green. So as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. All right, folks, here's 3 more chart requests from.
So shout out to this guy. I was about to say, bro, where's ZBCN at, right? The last little.
All right, folks, here's 3 more chart requests.
That's almost low-key clickbait, but eventually he did come up with something there. What up, Alfred? What's going on with you, man? Alfred Diamond for head. Diamond hands. What up, Alfred? What up, Crow? What's going on with your fam? This is ZBCN's Back in Motion. This is Zach Richter. I've noticed, too, Zach's been posting more videos about ZBCN. And as mentioned previously, I can't even keep saying I told you so, guys, or I told you. But whatever. I'll keep it pushing as I told you so, or I told you guys. Once it starts pumping, everybody and their mom's going to start making ZBCN videos. And if you remember back when we were down and out and being called a scam and fudders and what do you call it? Not a grift, right? They were calling Simon a grifter, right? Nobody was making videos. ZBCN's going to fail. ZBN scammers. Now all of a sudden it started pushing back up and everybody's making videos again. But that's a good thing. I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying it's weird. A lot of people wasn't talking nothing about ZBCN. Get a couple of green candles, right? Start doing this again. Actually, let's see if we can go over to the 4 hour. Start doing this again. Go over to the 2 hour. It's easier to see. You start doing this again, all of a sudden, everybody's back again. Everybody's back making videos, back talking about ZBCN. But as my friend says, remember who brought you to the party, guys. Remember, dance with who brought you to the party. Remember when nobody was talking about it, who was actually talking about it. Shout out your main man, BTM. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit your main man up with a super chat, bro. I'm just trying to keep the lights on here on the BTM Crypto News Network. And we have come a long way from last year with glitching out and the computer dying and the screen freezing. So shout out to all the long-term members that keeping your boy on track and keeping us up to date so we can get some more hardware. Got the computer switch from the laptop, and things have been on the up and up. May 2026 pump repeat this May 2026 pump. May 2025 pump repeat this May 2026. I think you might be on to something there, Alfred. But let's go back to the short here.
Of course, we always love making money, but there's something about finding a runner in the middle of a bear market that just feels so great. Now check this one out, folks. We warned it was going to run up into XRP Las Vegas. Sure enough, here it goes, off and running once again. And of course, we're talking about Zebec. The ticker is ZBCN, up about 13% in the past 24 hours. Even after this pullback, it came roaring back up above 0.003. This one is off and running again. Our community made a bunch of money on it last year. I had exited my position and I wanted to see if they were going to be able to line up these partnerships, the updated tokenomics, and we have been so impressed. So go check out the update that I dropped yesterday, full breakdown on Zebec. It is looking great, not only on the fundamentals and the partnerships, but also on that chart. Check it out for yourself. And a lot of people have been asking me, where am I buying Zebec? I'm buying it on Caleb and Brown and keeping it in their free institutional grade custody. Of course, we always love making money, but there's something about finding a runner in the middle of a bear market that just feels so great. Now check this one out, folks. We warned it was going to run up into XRP Las Vegas. Sure enough, here it goes, off and running once again.
Shout out to Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown's official sponsor of the BTM Crypto News Network. Use my link in the description, and I think you get a discount for signing up. So if you're new to crypto, right, you can get in with Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown will help you get your account set up, give you a 24/7 broker, and also help you along your crypto journey. So this is Rector again.
Feels so great. Now check this one out, folks. We warned it was going to run up into XRP Las Vegas. Sure enough, here it goes, off and running once again. And of course, we're talking about Zebec. The ticker is ZBCN, up about 13% in the past 24 hours. Even after this pullback, it came roaring back up above 0.003. This one is off and running again. Our community made a bunch of money on it last year. I had exited my position and I wanted to see if they were going to be able to line up these partnerships, the updated tokenomics, and we have been so impressed. So go check out the update that I dropped yesterday, full breakdown on Zebec. It is looking great, not only on the fundamentals and the partnerships, but also on that chart. Check it out for yourself. And a lot of people have been asking me, where am I buying Zebec? I'm buying it on Caleb and Brown and keeping it in their free institutional grade custody. Of course, we always love making money, but there's something about finding a runner in the middle of a bear market that just feels so great. Now,
so shout out to Zach Richter. Oh, I'm saying that right. Listen, we're gonna have some fun today, but we're gonna keep it real. This is not financial advice. This is education, entertainment, market structure, community research. Don't ape because I'm loud. Ape because you did your homework. And even then, use risk management. So on that note, don't ape in, don't sell your kidneys or your internal vital organs because I mentioned the crypto. Make sure you research it and understand what you're buying and understand the risk. And I'm actually looking for a credit card. I got a credit card on this table somewhere. I'm trying to freaking find it. So I can't even think till I find a credit card, but I guess I'll wait till after the video. So here's the thesis for today. ZBCN is not pumping in a vacuum. There are three factors, three things lining up at once. Number one, price momentum. ZBCN is up double digits today, and CoinGecko has it up over 24% over the past week. Let's see what the bubbles say. Bubbles say 23%. That's close enough, right? What's 0.5%? And this is not a sleepy chart anymore. This chart is knocking on the door saying, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, did you forget about me? Sir, excuse me, sir. Amigo. Open the door. Did you forget about your boy? Number two, perfect product narrative. Zebec is not just saying we're building. They are pushing payroll, cards, on-chain payments, stablecoin rails, and the super app. Sorry. Coin market cap, AI price analysis even tried to move the super app launch, payroll, staking, and card payments, and a spike in volume. Number three, event momentum. We're heading into the XRP Vegas. What ZBCN has been connected to that payment community conversation. When you combine a payment project with XRP's heavy event, the narrative starts writing itself. Now the market is asking, is Zebec another altcoin pump, or is this one of those DeFi, PayFi, infrastructure plays people slept on until it was already running? So let me know what you guys think. Type PayFi if you think this is a real payment infrastructure play. Type pump if you think this is short-term hype. So let me know in the comments, guys. Get the comments going. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And comment, right? Let's get the comments rolling. Last couple of days, you guys have been slowly but surely coming out of the woodworks, but I need for you guys to pump the comments, share the video, share the stream, trying to get these numbers back up like we were last year when things started to run. I know a lot of people kind of disappeared on us. Soon as the price went red and we got stagnant, people stopped tuning in, people stopped listening, people stopped super chatting and sending volumes to the super app. So if you can't super chat, you can hit me with the super app. I'm just trying to keep the lights on here on the BTM Crypto News Network. But thanks to Zebec, we don't have to worry that as much as previously, because we're starting to get a little couple dollars coming through the crypto. So Tau is up 2%, Filecoin's up 2.8, Poly Mesh is up 1.5, Pith is up 5.2, Zcash is up 9.8. I'm gonna have to turn that Zcash miner back on. Jasmine is up 3.2. Theta's up 1.1. Dex is up 6.8. ZK is up 3.9. Bitcoin SC is up 1.5. Litecoin's up 1.9. Pretty much everything's up today. XLX ENO is up 2.6. XDC's up 3.4. Radian's up 0.9. Cardano's up 1.7. Prime is up 3%. XCN is up 1.6. Alchemy Pay is up 1.4. Near Protocol is up 1.5. Atoms, Cosmos is up 5.9. Link is up 1.4. Algorand is up 4.5. 4.5 on the day. Interesting. To 10 cents. Trump token is up 5.7 to $3. Ethereum Classic is up 1.3. I might actually need to turn that Ethereum Classic miner on for real. Hash flow is up 5.4. Sui is up 1.3. AVAX is up 1.4. AXBT is up 5.9. Ondo is up 2.3. Canton Network is up 2% on the day, 0.4 on the hour, 1.3 on the week, 8.6 on the month. Ingestive is up 3.5. Jupiter is up 1.8. Metal is up 9.3. So somebody woke these guys up. Down 0.1 on the hour, up 9.3 on the day, up 8.7 on the week, up 12.1 on the month, up 86.9 on the year. And we've been looking at this guy for a minute. XPR, and I was low-key about to sell the XPR. I'm glad I didn't sell the XPR. XPR is up 20.6 on the day, 20.6 on the week, 17.3 on the month, down 26.7 on the year, and down 0.3 on the hour. And is it just me, or do you like to look at your crypto when it is up? Wow. So just making a note real quick. So keeping it moving. Flux is up 12.7. Osmosis is up 2.9. Arbitron is up 3.7. Dash is up 4.7. Tau Coin is up 3.5. Solana is up 0.9. And the day 0.1 on the hour. Let me know in the comments if you guys are watching anything else. Do you got your eyes on another major play so we can add it to our list to watch? And hopefully I could pull the Patreon back up. I have it. I just don't have anybody monitoring it, so I don't really do a whole lot on Patreon in the Discord. But at some point, we might be able to get somebody to help us get that rolling. So this is Bitcoin is 77,568, down 0.6 on the day, unchanged on the hour, up 0.2 on the week, up 9.4 on the month, down 17.2 on the week. Looking at the market makers, Ethereum is up 0.1 on the day, 0.2 on the hour, down 4.4 on the week, up 6.8 on the month, down 29% on the year. 2,318. XRP is wow. Unchanged on the day, unchanged on the hour, down 3% on the week, up 1.8 on the month, and down 35.1 on the year, which is weird. With the XRP conference coming up, I would think there would be some movement in XRP. And over to our favorite payroll processor, our token of the hour, the processor we all know and love. This is ZBCN, the Zebec. Shout out to the soldiers, the army, and everyone involved in the ZBCN network. ZBCN network is up 15.2%. Hold on one second. Okay. Somebody coming to the door. I don't know. I heard some knocking at the door, so I wasn't sure what was going on. That's weird. But no worries there. I was about to have to get crazy, get medieval in here. ZBCN is up 15% on the day, 3.2 on the hour, 25.2 on the week, 48.5 on the month, and 261 on the year to the 0035. I told you if we were able to break the 003, we can keep pushing up, and we're up to the 003. So let me know what you guys think about that. Much as I hate to see that be that I told you so guy, told you all we'd have to do is, you can see here clearly the 003 line, and you can see green candles. We are bullish on the 2 hour. RSI is 65.2. On the 1 hour, we are bearish actually, and we're losing volume on the 1 hour. That might explain the movement. Going over the 15-minute chart, we are bearish. Are we bearish or bull? I can't even see. Yeah, we are. Oh wow, barely bearish or bullish. I can't even see this. What is barely bullish on the 15-minute chart? So let me know what you guys think about that. Over to crypto, CoinMarketCap says the total crypto market is 2.6 trillion, up 0.68%. CNC 20 is down 0.27 to $157.83. Fear and greed is back in neutral, which is weird because we were in on the edge of greed yesterday, and looks like it pulled way back. Altcoin season is the 30 out of 100, so we're pulling back to Bitcoin dominance. Average crypto RSI is 53.51, so we're slightly over drop dead center, which is weird. But everything else going on, it's kind of a weird place to be. On the CoinMarketCap says we're at the 0034, up 13% on the day. Market cap is 348 million. Remember when we're at almost 500 million market cap? Feels kind of good. Feels a lot safer to be at 350 million, up 13.34%. 24-hour trading volume is 14.7, up 7.6%. ZBCN network is about real-time streaming payments and payroll on fast chains like Solana, so startup and treasury teams can move money continuously instead of waiting for monthly settlements. I follow the protocol updates and new integrations, and I see more teams using the pay contracts in USDC and manage treasury flows. What is this? Treasury contracts. Okay, I don't know what this is. Actually, that's weird because there's nothing there. But that's a cool picture of the whales. And what is that? ZI9? The frick is that supposed to be? I don't know, but I might have to get on my AI image printer and see what's going on. ZBCN Cash was king. What up? Cash is king. What's going on with your fam? Let's see here. I'm bullish on ZBCN. I think it's safe to say we confirmed the breakout. Target short term to 0075. I wish. What up, Pablo? It's my main man, Pablo. Forgot about retail sentiment is bearish, but the whales are actively buying ZBCN. Let me see if there's actually, can we get some actual screen, an actual crowd wisdom? Okay, not a whole lot there either. So this is the holders. I know you guys are always asking about the holders. So currently Zebec is 102,201. Currently 4 hours we're up 57. 12 hours up 148. The day we are up 490. 3 days we're up 929. For the week we're up 1,234. 2 weeks we're up 1,817. And for 30 days we are up 3,301. Feels safer to be up 300% in the month. I like to be in the 3,000s. It's just pretty cool. The Department of Justice just dropped charges against Jerome Powell's investigation. The Department of Justice is running rampant, man. Like, you really had a whole shot at doing that. You see that XPR spike. We were just talking about that. Phantom. We were just talking about. I'm glad I held on, bro, because it is running up. So let's see what is going on. And let me get back to, I think we were here. Retail sentiment, read that already. ZBCN 37% update. We keep finding the right charts and trading them. Pay attention. While retail sentiment flips bearish, the smart money is accumulating. ZBCN, Zebec Network, sitting at 83% bullish sentiment over 132,000 votes. That's not noise. That's a signal. Whales aren't guessing. They are positioning. This is what early stage infrastructure looks like. Real utility, real adoption, real accumulation behind the scenes. Most people wait for confirmation. The few that win move before the crowd. ZBCN, Zebec isn't just another token, it's building rails for continuous money flow. And when the clicks globally, you already know what happens next. So shout out. Oh, that's a pretty good image. Oh, looks like the boat I got. Interesting. Not the boat I got, the boat I'm using for a update, or I used on an update. But we're definitely going to get this image. Hello. Save that for later. Little Wayne's going to have to wait. Keeping it moving. Let's go over to X real quick. And I posted this earlier. This is, looks like we're getting a couple of folks coming back over to the BTM Crypto News Network. So this is ZBCN still pumping. Zebec is not cooling off right now. The chart is waking up and the momentum is getting louder. This is what happens when people start connecting the dots. Fixed supply, stablecoin payments, payment rails, card spending, real world crypto utility. Zebec, ZBCN is starting to make noise. If this pressure keeps building, we could be looking at the next leg up fast. Don't wait. until everyone's screaming Zebec on the timeline. Are y'all watching the move or what? And I'm trying to pull up something on X, see if we can find the guys here. See if the stream is glitching or not. Oh yeah, we live. We are live. Just want to make sure ZBCN's being added to Metallicus is a must. That would be nice, but we'll have to see. Keeping it moving. I guess I could have looked at the stream right here. Crypto doesn't reward division, it rewards alignment. ZBCN and XRP, if you understand what Ripple Zebecs are building, you'd realize this isn't competition, it's collaboration. Real wealth comes from seeing a bigger picture. Follow the breadcrumbs.
XRP and you may hold.
Grow Rich and Grow Happy has to say.
Guys, we have to stop being tribal. We have to stop being to the point to where just because someone holds XRP and you may hold ZBCN, now that makes you mortal enemies. As we talked about last night on the show, actually, you should look at that. And I even made the point that if these guys can work together because they're in a room together and they are winners. This is the type of attitude and the type of movement that we should take on as just not only crypto investors, but as people. Just people, humans. We need to look at our own circles, guys, and say, okay, the people that I hang out with all the time or that I spend the most time texting, where are these people headed in life? Are they headed? Do they want the same things out of life that I want? Are they just along for the ride or just somebody that I use to kill time with? I don't have a lot of time in my life, guys, to kill time anymore. I'm always moving forward and I'm always looking forward. So I'm always looking for like-minded people that are going in the direction that I am going. And then many times are where I want to reach. That's just a little, breadcrumb gem on how you should work your own lives too, and not just your portfolio.
Shout out to Grow Rich and Grow Happy. And I found the card I was looking for. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Just got to be patient, but I found it. So, yeah, we are all good. Keeping it moving on X. That was Grow Rich and Grow Happy. This is ZBC and George. The run awaits. Zebec will be a whole other level of legendary. Zebec Super App will be the first application to integrate World Liberty Mobile. That means USD1 users, whether holding in a Zebec card or Vault, we get the direct access to yield through World Liberty platform. Green looks good on us. Top 10 gainers this week, dominated by Chip, Spark, Sky AI, Stable, Settlement, ZBCN up 15.7 on the day, 18.3 on the week. And that's not right because we just looked at it and it was like, so keeping it moving. I think I posted that twice. This is Alpha Lion, the Zebec White Paper 3.1 Institutional Blueprint. Most people scroll. Smart Money Studies. Zebec isn't just playing the sandbox, they're building rails for the entire financial system. Real-time payment, streaming money, not batch payments, cards plus global spend, compliance-ready infrastructure. Now look who's actually applied to JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, HBC, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, USBC, BYN, Mellon, State Street. And I'm not reading all that, but it'll be on here. You can check it out on the BTM Crypto News Network on the page. So this is join the Payment Innovation Alliance, Nacha Payments Innovation Alliance. And a big move, ZBCN stepped into real world finance. ZBCN, this is how Web3 goes mainstream. From crypto to real time infrastructure, ZBCN is cooking. So keeping it moving, ZBCN partnerships are 100% real and legitimate. Here's the official proof. Here's one of the direct sources. Stellar selected as the global stablecoin payroll infrastructure provider. Stellar org has selected Zebec as its global stablecoin payroll infrastructure provider for Stellar's ecosystem. Zebec joins Circle's official alliance and ARC testnet with Visa's MasterCard and State Street. Nacha, the 85 trillion ACH governing body, admitted Zebec to its Payment Innovations Alliance alongside JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Circle, and ADP. That reminds me, I haven't looked at my stock portfolio today. I need to check that out. So, what is new with ZBCN? Let's talk about what's actually new, because I don't want to be the one who channels that just says breaking news and then reads tweets from 2022. The current ZBCN story is built around several catalysts. First, Super App. CoinMarketCap price analysis says Super App launch is the primary reason Zebec was up today, because it integrates payroll, staking, card payments, and it increases the token utility narrative. Second, the payment infrastructure. CoinGecko describes Zebec's integrated products as real-time payment apps, on-chain payment infrastructure, and networked DPN serving companies, merchants, and individuals. Third, the base integration. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat. Yep. Ain't quite clear it yet. Base integration. Zebec's card and payment stack went live on Base around April 13, 2026, with branded cards, accounts, native on-chain settlement, and payroll tools for projects building on Base. This matters because Base is Coinbase's L2 and crypto loves two words, Coinbase narrative. Now, let me be clear. Base integration does not mean Coinbase listing. Don't go out here telling your cousin Coinbase listed ZBCN, because then Thanksgiving gets awkward. Base is Coinbase layer 2 ecosystem. It's a powerful narrative, but we have to say it correctly. Some people see the word Coinbase and immediately start pricing a yacht, a mansion, and a tax problem. So the base integration deep dive. This base integration is one of the biggest pieces of the stream today. Zebec's launching cards and payment infrastructure on Base means the stack is being positioned for builders who want to brand cards, accounts, on-chain settlement, and payroll tools. That is why. Oh, man. Sorry. That is not just we made a website, that's infrastructure. Here's why this matters. Base has become one of the most important consumer-facing L2 ecosystems. Really? If you're building payments, payroll, cards, stablecoin settlements, you want to be where users are building are. So Zebec on Base creates a bigger addressable market. More projects can plug into Zebec payment stack, and more payments actively could mean more attention to Zebec, more attention to Zebec means more eyes on the ZBCN. Now, does this actually mean the price goes up forever? Of course not, guys. Come on, man. No, we're not just doing fairy tale TA tonight. It means the narrative gets stronger. The market still needs volume, adoption, liquidity, and follow through. Base integration is not a magic button. It's a bigger stage now Zebec has to perform. Do you think base integration is a big deal for ZBCN? Type base, type wait if you need to see more adoption. I think it's actually a pretty big deal. So let me know in the comments what you guys seeing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit your main man up with a super chat and throw me a couple bucks on the Cash App. I'm just trying to keep the lights on here, bro. I'm just trying to keep the BTM Crypto News Network going so I can let you guys in on the next big and greatest. You see, we always follow the news and follow the crypto projects that are making moves in the market. So I'm confused. ZBCN is already on Coinbase. ZBCN is on Coinbase, but it is not tradable. I don't think you can buy it on Coinbase. I got to go back and check. I don't think you can buy it. I think it's there, but you can't buy it yet. It's not listed as spot. I think it might be perpetual or something. I know it's not spot. You can't spot buy Zebec on Coinbase. Smash the like and subscribe. Thank you. Silver Days is wondering what happened to you. But here you are again, the hardest working man in crypto. I see silver everywhere. It's on the Dexter. The Dex tools, I guess. The Dex. Okay, no worries there. But you can't spot list it there. I mean, you can't spot purchase it there, I don't think yet. And that's one of the big things we're waiting on for you to be able to spot buy it on Coinbase. So appreciate that. Christopher Paul, what's up with your fam? What's going on, brother? I can. You can what? Buy it through the Dex? I did. Buy it through the Dex or buy it on spot? And that's Coinbase or let me check real quick. Let me see here. Going over to Coinbase. Not this Coinbase, that Coinbase. It's here. Buy and sell transfer. Zebec products, real-time payment. Address. DPN completed. Official site. Market cap. See all. Buy. I guess you can buy it on Coinbase then. You guys might be onto something. That's weird. I guess you can buy it on Coinbase. On the Dex. So I did. I did. Thanks, guys, for letting me know that. Yes, through the DEX on the Coinbase DEX. Yes, on Coinbase, I can buy it. It's been like that for a while. Yeah, I noticed that too. So I'm not 100% sure, but we'll get back to that. Actually, I'll research that and let you know. Actually, I can chat real quick. My app and sale and transfer. It's right there, mother. I paid my property line to be mapped with ZBCN. I paid for my property line to be mapped. Really? That's interesting. I like the real world utility there. I might have to look into that. Okay, so good catch. Coinbase availability can change fast and differ by region and app. Going to verify the Coinbase status before correcting the words. The public Coinbase price page I can see still says Zebec Network is not tradable on Coinbase at the top, while showing Coinbase track price, market stats, and the ZBCN calculator. But if your app is showing buy, sell, and transfer, then one of these is likely happening. Coinbase has enabled ZBCN trading for your account region app before the public web page fully updated. You're seeing the ZBCN through the Coinbase wallet. Yeah, it's on the wallet. I'm tripping. It's on the Coinbase wallet, the base on-chain trading, which can allow buy, sell, and swap transfer, even if Coinbase Exchange public page doesn't say it's tradable. Coinbase is rolling out gradually, and the app experience is ahead of the web page. So the web page, you can't get it, but you can get it on the wallet. That's the Coinbase wallet. I know it's something. I'm tripping. ZBCN is showing up buy, sell, and transfer access inside Coinbase for some users, and there's a major visibility moment. Let me see here. Then we can go over to Coinbase without having to log in. Robinhood. Public price page. It says it's not available. We're watching closely if to see if this becomes full confirmed Coinbase rollout. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that clarification. Where were we? The Vegas. We're at Vegas. Yeah, the Vegas. Okay, so yeah, Vegas. I paid my property lines. Yes, on base DEX. My bad. Which is the wallet? I think that's the difference from the actual website in the wallet, right? Because the website, the website is not actually part of the wallet. Because yeah, you can see here, Zebec Network is only tradable on the decentralized exchanges. The DEX trading on Coinbase is not available in all regions. Data sourced from CoinMarketCap and other third parties. We make no representation of accuracy of the data. So yeah, you can buy it on the DEX, which is the decentralized exchange, but not on the central exchange yet. So that's probably why it's in the wallet. And I'm not going that far to log in. So keeping it moving. Looks like there's a spike in users. So Livecoin Watch says we're at the 0034, up 0.99% on the hour, up 12.7 on the day, up 23.07 for the week, up 45.25 on the month, up 15.9 on the 90 days, which is the quarter, and up 250.8%. So again, we are outpacing Ethereum and right on the tails of Bitcoin. So back over to the notes. Now let's talk about the XRP Vegas. I wish I was going, but one of my coworkers' mother passed, so we're picking up the slack. So your boy did not get any vacation time. But when crypto pops, we won't have to worry about that anymore. We can move around as we please. But right now, the kid is tied to the system. And the system says, sit down, brother. You ain't going nowhere. So now let's talk about the Vegas. The title says 5 days until Las Vegas XRP. And this means because XRP Vegas is not just another random conference where people trade business cards and pretend they read white papers. XRP is one of the biggest payment narratives in crypto. The XRP community understands cross-border payments, settlement rails, liquidity, and real-world utilities. So if Zebec is pushing payroll, card spending, stablecoin settlement, on-chain payments, that audience is exactly the kind of crowd that might be understanding the bigger picture. Zebec is heading into XRP Vegas and give them a stage in front of people who already care about payments. That doesn't guarantee price action, but it does create the narrative heat. XRP Vegas is where payment narratives go to either level up or get absolutely roasted by people who have been waiting for settlement adoption since before half of crypto Twitter had a beard. Here's the key question. Does Zebec use XRP Vegas to just show up and shake hands, or do they bring announcements, partnerships, product demos, and other serious roadmap updates? What do you think, or what do you want to hear from Zebec at XRP Vegas? Partnership card numbers, exchange news, more base details, or drop it in the chat. What do you think? I would say partnerships. We can get card numbers anywhere and exchange information. I want to know about partnerships. What are you guys really working on? So Coinbase rank top 100 watch. Now let's talk about ranking. CoinMarketCap had ZBCN around 101. When I checked with the market cap around 352 million. So you said Coinbase, crypto. I'm tripping. Where are we ranking? I thought that ranking was on here. That's weird. Guess you got to go back and look. Oh, yeah, 103. We tripping. 103. So we are. I don't know if I got 100 from, but we are at 103. That puts us near the psychological 100, top 100 conversation. And let me tell you something. Let me see where we at here. What is coin? Oh, 108. Oh, wow. So the market cap's doing way better than the bubbles. Let me tell you something. Crypto people love round numbers. They love the 003. the 004, the 005, top 100. They love undervalued. They love nobody's watching. So if ZBCN gets into and stays above the top 100 watch list, it could pull a new group of scanners. People check gainers, people check ratings, people check what's moving. That's where momentum can feed attention, and attention can feed more momentum. But again, I need the people in the back to hear. Rank is not fundamentals by itself. Rank is visibility. Fundamentals are projects, revenue, adoption, token utility, and execution. Top 100 gets your attention. Execution keeps it there. So why is ZBCN moving? ZBCN is moving. Let's summarize why ZBCN is moving right now. CoinGecko showed ZBCN up 14.9% in 24 hours and 24% over 7 days, with trading volume around 17 million. So I'm just checking. I guess it went down a little bit since then because we got 12% on 24 hours. And we don't really have, let me see, what does Live Coin Watch says? Live Coin Watch says 12%, 23% on the week, where CoinGecko is slightly a little higher. And I'll stop looking at CoinGecko. I might need to circle back the block on CoinGecko. See what they're showing, if that's still the case or if it made a change. So it did go down. So that wasn't too far off. So keeping it moving. I guess the price is adjusted. AI analysis says the move was driven by the super app real-time payment flows, 83% spike. Trading volume, it also says holding above the 0030 keeps the retest of the 0038 possible, while losing the 003 could open a pullback towards the 0027. Trading View shows ZBCN up over the past day and says its weekly and monthly performance are strong positives, around 16% for the week, 24 in the month, and the snapshot I found. So the move has 3 layers: technical breakout, product analysis, and event narrative. That's the kind of combo crypto traders love: chart moving, story improving, and events coming. So now let's get into the TA, because this is what everybody's waiting for. Current structure, ZBCN pushed to the 003, which we knew it would. Told you guys earlier this week, and recently traded in the 0035 area, depending on exchange and data provided. CoinGecko showed a 24-hour range from the 00291 to the 0035. And let's actually look at that. So it's saying the 003, so it went up a little bit, and the 0035 for the day, for the week, the 0026 and the 0034. So what does Coin Market Cap say? For the day, the 0029 and the 0035. So it's pretty much what they're saying that CoinGecko said. Shows the live price at the 0035. Guess we went down a little bit. So for the bull case, If the bulls hold the 003 market, 003 above the 003, the big psychological support, that level is important because it was the breakout zone. If we hold above it, the market can say, okay, this was not just a wick. Buyers are defending the move. The next level ups, I'm watching the 0035 intermediate breakout area, current battle zone, the 0038 coin market caps near term retest. If the 0030 holds, the 0040 psychological level and height magnet, the 0045 and the 005 higher momentum zone. If volume keeps expanding, you can see we're watching the 00. This is on the 005. Now let's change this to another color. I don't like that fuchsia. Let's make this green, or maybe the lightest green. Okay, that's cool. So that's the 005 we are watching. Now, let me say clearly, the 005 is not guaranteed. That's the spicy zone if momentum, volume, and event narrative all keep firing. If volume fades, we don't force the trade. The bear case, if ZBCN loses the 003, which is here, if we go under that, then the breakout starts looking weaker. Coin market cap analysis mentioned a possible pullback towards the 0027 if the 003 fails. That would be calm down. Charts need to retest the zones. Before that, I'd like to watch the prior range around the 0026 and 27 because Coinbase showed a 7-day range bottom near the 0026. TraderView had a technical rating showing a strong buy on the daily, weekly, and monthly, but I always warn people strong buy ratings after a big pump can mean momentum strong, but it can also mean you're late if you chase with no plan. I'm bullish on the momentum, but I'm allergic to risk management. If you buy a green candle with no plan, you're not investing, you're emotionally park out. I don't know what park out means. Where do you think a ZBCN goes first? The 0038, the 004 are back down to the 003. I hope it ain't going back down to the 003, but I hope it is going back down to the 003 so we can get it cheaply. So let's see. I guess we can move over to some videos. This is Crypto Neptune. Let's see what he's talking about with the ZBCN.
Hey, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we're going to discuss, is Zebec Network headed for the top 100? So we're going to break it down in this video, and like always, nothing I say is financial advice. So this video is a JV-inspired video, and this is a great post, and it says top 100 incoming. And if you look at his list here, there's XDC Network, Flare, Quant, Algorand, Hedera, Stellar. He has Link here, Cardano, and XRP. But all of these projects are utility projects kind of in their own lane. And I feel Zebec Network is in its own lane. Everybody knows payroll. Payroll is an old system that needs to be upgraded to Web3 blockchain technology, and that is the lane that Zebec Network is in. And it also has an aspect of being able to scale to AI agents as well. So we have to factor that in too. But yeah, top 100 incoming. There's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot of buzz around Zebec Network right now. And if we go And listen to this.
What up, David? Thanks for joining. Let's get back to the video, but shout out to David. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit your main man up with the Cash App or Super Chat. I'm just trying to keep the lights on here, brother. But thanks for joining. We'll get back to the video.
Spaces, there was a key gem that I overlooked the first time I heard it. So let's listen to what Simon says, what's coming up next for Zebec Network.
Exciting things coming.
Definitely good things in life are worth waiting for.
Love it. Let's jump into Stellar. That's something people have been watching closely also. Can you just give us a very quick update? Where are things with the Stellar integration? What progress has been made? And just really kind of like remind us, why does this Stellar integration partnership matter strategically for Zebec and the payment infrastructure?
So as our community knows, we announced our Stellar partnership at the end of March, and development now of the Stellar payroll product is in full swing. I had early access to it. We checked the smart contracts are all running very smoothly within our operating system, and we'll be now unveiling a completely new enterprise UI UX for this product launch. So that's super exciting, and it's actually going to make its way over to the business version of the super app as well after we go live with Stellar Payroll. So Stellar has been really a game-changing network for our product. Of course, it's a payment-focused chain, extremely high speeds, built for scale, and Stellar is going to help us expand our reach over its entire payment network and actually plug into MoneyGram, which of course is one of the largest remittance companies in the world. They serve over 50 million customers globally, and will be able to bring Zebec payroll cash outs into that MoneyGram network. So that really opens us up outside of kind of our core markets of the US and Europe into much more overseas emerging economies. And we also expect a large number of the enterprises that are currently operating on Stellar's stablecoin infrastructure to begin pilot programs with us as we go live with the Stellar payroll product later in the spring. So lots to come on that.
Yeah, so that's a big time announcement. So it almost seems like a level of customization for Stellar, but also being able to plug into MoneyGram. And that's where everything shifts, because now you're expanding globally and you're expanding into MoneyGram. And then on top of that, any of the Stellar clients that are using stablecoins will also be able to utilize Zebec Network's ecosystem. So this is a big deal and a massive partnership. And also, the super app will be sometime in May. They're saying that the mobile app version will be live. So there's a lot to be excited about. And again, the reason why Zebec Network is trending in the right direction is the Zebec Network leadership team continues to communicate with the community. They continue to give the updates, and that is a big deal. But they're also expanding these partnerships, and we have the XRP conference coming up soon, where there'll be a major announcement. And I venture to say it's going to be a massive deal. So a lot to be excited about. But as a result, Zebec has just been kind of on a nice tear. It's up 17.97%, 13.53 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. And it's been ranging between 11 million and 15 million plus over the last 24 hours. So the volume is picking up. The holders have increased to 102K, which is a big deal. As more and more people find out about it, it's going to get to 200K, 500K holders, and eventually 1 million. But this is how it does. And there's a lot of content creators talking about Zebec Network also. We have Zebec Nation podcast, where those guys are out there talking about Zebec in unison. We have Mr. Foresight, where Grow Risk, Grow Happy. We have Crypto Star Rail and his channel. The list goes on and on and on and on of the content creators out there. And this is how you grow a community, by each one kind of putting their brick in. And looking at this, let's look at some accumulation. So let's say you're somebody looking to buy some ZBCN and you have some pocket change. 10,000 ZBCN will get you $33.98 worth. If you expand that up to 100K ZBCN, that's $339 worth if you decided to do that. If you have a little bit more capital, 1 million ZBCN would be worth $3,398 if you decided to DCA in at this point. I will leave my crypto.com referral link in the YouTube description if you want to support the channel and buy some ZBCN. I greatly appreciate it. And let's say 10 million. You want to buy 10 million ZBCN, that is $33,988 worth. So you get the point there. And again, we're talking about, is Zebec Network a top 100 project? And Ethereum Classic is ranked 50. So if it got the market cap of Ethereum Classic, we'd be at 1 cent. So that's a $1.3 billion market cap. Yeah, which is pretty cool. And let's see. Let's get out of that. We did Ethereum Classic. Let's do Link. So let's say it got the market cap of Chainlink. That would bump us up to 6 cents, almost 7 cents. So that'd be a 20x. And that'll be a $6.8 billion market cap. And again, with the future adoption, and the thing that's attractive about Zebec Network is attractive to institutions. So institutions understand payroll, and they understand, oh, you can also work well with AI payments or agentic payments. All that makes sense. And institutions will find this attractive. And again, it's attractive because ZBCN is now offered in retirement accounts now per crypto.com. We have talks of ETFs and things like that. So it's going to be more and more attractive from a utility point perspective. And imagine being the only green in a down market in 2026. That's just going to bring more and more eyes to Zebec Network. And so let's say we have the market cap of Solana, 50 cents ZBCN. A lot of people would be extremely happy with 50 cents ZBCN. This here, again, would be massive. And the reason why, again, ZBCN could trend towards this is because of the utility aspect, because of the leadership team continuing to communicate, because of the financial backers. Like, they have an endless amount of capital to develop quick with top level developers. You have all that. You have a growing and exciting community that continues to post on various social media platforms. It's essentially game over. So yeah, 50 cents. Sure. That is in the future cards. But again, a lot of these things, they happen slowly and then they just go. A lot of things can happen over like a 6-month period and it just continues to run. Like, anything is possible in crypto. So people are looking for those opportunities to get into something that is moving and it has momentum, and they're going to be looking for that shining star in a down market in 2026. So top 100 incoming, sure. Zebec Network right now, currently ranked 105th in the world and climbing. I want to thank you for listening to this video, and thanks for stopping by.
So shout out to Who's that? Crypto Neptune, keeping it moving. This is how many minutes we got here? 11, this is 12, 14. There's a video. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, let me do actually, we'll keep it the order here. We'll do Crypto Millie.
Back with another Zebec update. Now, I just want to share my personal experience. I've been in crypto for a while, and the one thing that I've learned is to never FOMO. Now, I'm saying that to say this. There's nothing wrong with buying upon confirmation as long as that is aligned with your thesis and strategy. So if you're looking at things from a long-term perspective, then it doesn't matter if you buy when it's pumping or you're buying when it's dumping, because you know what you hold and the fundamentals haven't changed. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'm seeing a lot of comments. Some people asking me how much ZBCN should I hold? Like never base your decision making upon what you hear from a YouTuber. The best way to know how much tokens of anything you should own is to look at your financial situation and ask yourself, if this goes to zero, will it hurt me? And whatever that answer is, that should help you steer in the right direction as far as your personal decision in your personal financial situation. Now that we got that all the way, it's beautiful that we are seeing Zebec creep into that top 100. I know a lot of people are going to say, you know, Millie, this thing is going to shoot up here. It's going to continue to pump. Guys, I've been around in crypto for a while. A lot of times when you have these events, they end up being buy the rumor, sell the news events. That doesn't mean that ZBCN won't hit the heights that you think it's going to hit. But, you know, if I had to give it a possibility of it hitting an all-time high, you know, 40% chance, because I'm not bearish on crypto. I'm not bearish on Zebec. I'm bearish on the economy. I'm bearish on the state of humanity. But on the flip side, I'm also a contrarian investor. So whenever we get an opportunity to place capital in something that's aligned with my thesis of where humanity is headed as far as programmable payroll, well, then it makes sense to have patience with this type of asset here. Now, I want to focus on Zebec specifically from a chart perspective today. And if any other news comes out, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. If you are into exclusive content and my thesis and theories of how I'm looking at AI infrastructure and in crypto and metals, make sure you join the Patreon. I'm always dropping updates. I just dropped a few updates this morning. Now, we talked about this. As long as we can get our confirmation candle above the 21 week, which we did, we got literally 1, 2, 3, right? They're all above the 21 week. That's bullish. The next step is a confirmation candle above the 50 week. And I'm here to tell you this. If we do confirm above the 50 week next week, because that's what a confirmation candle is. It's the following candle. We break through, we maybe retest or get rejected, or we confirm the next week through another candle. But I'm not going to sit here and take anything away from the community and everything ZBCN is doing and working to accomplish. The team continues to update. You want a project that continues to update. You want a project that's respected by some of the, what I like to call legacy coins, and ZBCN sits at that table. So I wouldn't be surprised if this runs well into the 30th of April and maybe into May before we start to see some type of cool off. Now, the ultimate RSI is a bit bullish here on the weekly chart for ZBCN. We also seen a good amount of volume coming in, which can be confirmed on CoinGecko and even CoinMarketCap. I like to use CoinMarketCap. So this is the 3-day chart. this is a prediction here. So I want to make it clear what I would like the ZBCN personally to do that would confirm that it's starting to build structure at the next level. Now, the MACD is looking good. The volume is looking good here on the 3-day. The stock RSI is a little bit overbought, but that's okay because we are coming up to resistance. Now, what we want to see here is we want to see ZBCN break this resistance and start to build structure above this blue line. We already know that it could be done because it built the structure here. So what I did was I just used the forecast bar pretty much to give a prediction of what I would like to see. It's not going to happen exactly like this, but who's to say that this can't happen, right? We get a cup, a handle into an all-time high, maybe a rejection at price discovery, and a correction where we just chop around here and build out structure. Structure in crypto, specifically assets that don't have the most liquidity. Okay. I'm not saying ZBCN doesn't have liquidity, but when you compare it to something like a stock, it's not even in the same world. This is why we have so much opportunity here, because you can go look at the liquidity of something like ADP, for example. But if ZBCN can start to build with the structure and turn this into support, that's a step in the right direction. And my opinion would confirm a move to the upside. Right. And eventually we'll break an all-time high and break into price discovery. So the fun usually happens once you break price discovery. But here's the thing. It gets a lot of frothy and hot up here when it breaks price discovery, right? Because now we're in uncharted territory. You got FOMO happening. You got people taking profits. You got people, shilling and buy, it gets crazy when we hit price discovery. So that's pretty much what I'm personally looking for. I don't want to make this video per se about the utility and use case, because I've talked about that. I'm not the type of YouTuber that's just going to keep driving the same thing down your brains, man, because at the end of the day, this information is public and accessible for everybody. But I'm also a TA guy, and I like to look at things from a chart perspective, as long as it's aligned with the fundamentals. So with that being said, we'll continue to monitor the situation. Again, I think that there's a good chance that this continues to run into that conference in Vegas, ZBCN Vegas, where we'll start to see some, updates and news. We don't know what we're going to get, but we know we're going to get something, right? But I'm here to tell you, because I've been in crypto for a while. Not an OG, but I've been in crypto for a while. A lot of these events always end up buy the rumor, sell the news. So you want to protect yourself. If you're short-term trading, make sure you protect yourself. If you're long-term trading, then this is like a blimp in the sky. It doesn't matter to you. What you're looking for signals. You're listening. You're looking at body language. You're looking for signals that can confirm your thesis from here. Okay. What may those signals be? Me personally, I want to know more about revenue. I want to know how much revenue, what's the ARR? Because if I can find a legit number, then I can build a strategy, a maybe entry strategy. If I want to buy more, maybe I hear something that I like, maybe an exit strategy. So I have a better understanding of the timeline, because once we get that ARR, once we get that revenue, then we can decide if Zebec token is truly mispriced or priced at the market, what the market thinks is worth. So quick update. I'm not going to go too much into utility and use case. Go watch the previous videos. This is the 3-day chart. What I'm looking for is a little bit of a cool off here, retesting resistance, using this resistance as support, and continuing to build out, replicating the structure that we've seen around May and June 2025, which makes sense, right? ZBCN had a nice little dump here. Everybody's starting to, get back involved. The utility matches, and now we're getting back to these levels here. Not bad. Another thing that no one really talks about besides myself is the fact that ZBCN is under a penny. So what I've noticed in crypto, these are the type of tokens that retail gravitate to the most, right? You got to look at who is retail. You know, retail is somewhere between 35,000 a year, $200,000 a year, right? They're holding on to that dream that they can become a crypto millionaire, right? They may look at a token and be like, oh, that's cost too much. I'm not understanding tokenomics, because most people that get into the retail, they're new. They don't really understand tokenomics and things of that sort. They see something well under a penny, everybody's talking about it, and now it's like, it can go to $1. It can go to $1 if I hold it. So I wouldn't be surprised if ZBCN starts to break out. We see a run that's similar to what we've seen from XCN, maybe similar to what we've seen from some of the meme coins, right? Or penny stock. So just keep that into consideration, because that's actually very underrated. Everybody, oh, no, ZBN is not a meme. Look, we know it's not a meme. That doesn't mean that you don't want that meme type of community, right? That community that just dies on the hill of conviction, that just, they don't care. It's like, and I see that within this token. Now, when you add that with a utility, with use case, with an actual product, right? Deep in services and a path to revenue, well, now you got the perfect recipe to success. And it seems like this conference is the perfect moment to highlight what this token is working to accomplish as far as programmable payroll. I'm going to leave it at that. Guys, let me know your prediction. Do you think ZBCN will continue to pump past the event, or do you believe this will be a buy the rumor, sell the news event? Would love to know everybody's opinions. It's your boy Crypto Millie. It's your boy Crypto Millie.
So yeah, answer his question. I do believe it's going to keep pumping. Right. This is just a warm up. This is the pre-sale before the sale starts. Right. This is the coming out party, if you want to say. And yes, John, I think that's John 316 is weird, but yeah, 3 million is awesome, bro. Again, guys, don't tell anybody how much crypto you're holding, just to be on the safe side. I don't want anybody breaking in your house, cutting your fingers off, or doing anything weird, right? Make sure you keep your crypto investment close to the chest, bro. Don't tell anybody anything. I don't tell anybody nothing, right? I don't trust people, right? I don't want to be like that guy in where was that? Netherlands or somewhere, or Italy, something. They cut the guy's finger off, or he was trying to get him to, I guess, open his wallet or sell or send it or something. I don't know, but keep it cool, bro, because there's a lot of psychopaths out here. Just us is cool, but be careful. That's all I can say. We're hitting 4, then 5, then back down to 3.5. Really? I think we might hit. What's the day? I think we're gonna pump like crazy over the weekend, so we might get up to 6, and then from the 6 we're gonna come back down. You say 5, I say 6, so it'll probably hit somewhere in the middle. But yeah, make sure you hit your main man up on the Cash App or the what is that? Super chat, right? Just trying to keep the lights on here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs.
Zebec Network now supports Base Network, Ethereum's layer 2 network. This is huge. And
yes, facts. These jealous men are raised by are dangerous. That feminine man shaking my head. Yeah, man. Plus, people don't want to work for shit, right? They want to take it, or they want to figure out the easy way. Nobody wants to put in the work, but everybody wants to be famous. So you got to be careful for those clowns out here. People that aren't out for your best interest, right? People be your friends until they find out you got something going on, then they don't want to be your friends no more. And they find out you got some money, then they want to take it. So be careful. And let's get to this guy. Looks like Harry Potter with this jacket on, man.
Floodgates are opening for more volume and more users for the Zebec network. We're going to go deeper into that and what this means for your future investment. First off, big shout out to Zebec Nation. Great bunch of guys. I had a lot of fun talking to them last time. Go give them a follow. And if you don't have a cold storage, guys, I can offer you a 10% discount on Tangent using the code word StarRail. Help yourself out and help my channel out for future videos. Anyway, let's get into it. Everyday payments now on Base. It looks simple on the surface. Their card and product suite now supports Base, and the follow-up post made the message even clearer. Zebec is opening its card and payment stack to projects building on Base, so those projects can plug into real-world spending, payroll, and on-chain dollars to move more easily. Base has become one of the biggest on-chain consumer and payment ecosystems in crypto, and Zebec is positioning itself right where that activity can turn into real product usage. Base is Coinbase's Ethereum Layer 2 network. Describe it as a safe, low-cost, developer-friendly chain built to bring Coinbase products, users, and assets on-chain. The network said it processed over $17 trillion in stablecoin volume in 2025 across 26 local currencies and 17 plus countries, and that the Base app launched and grew in more than 140 countries. It is a major payment and stablecoin environment. Third-party network tracking in mid-2025 showed Base exceeding 3.5 million daily active addresses. Base has scale and it has user flow. When Zebec plugs its payment rails into Base, it is not entering a quiet corner of crypto. It's entering one of the most active consumer-facing ecosystems in the market. So the first key takeaway is this. Base is already massive in stablecoin flow, institutional reach, and operational use. And Zebec Network adding its payment and payroll stack onto the Base network isn't by accident. It is one of the ways that Zebec is putting itself in one of the biggest pools and builder bases on the Base network. So let's get into the next point, the bigger picture of things. What does Zebec bring to the Base network that it doesn't already bring? And is it just another integration? That fits perfectly with Base's own roadmap. In its 2026 strategy, Base said one of its major priorities is scaling payments and stablecoins, and specifically making Base the easiest way to save, spend, and pay anyone. It also said it wants to build rails to make stablecoin payments low cost, instant, private, and available everywhere. So it is Zebec is bringing cards, product rails, payroll compatibility, and consumer spending infrastructure. Then this is not a mismatch. It is exactly the type of thing Base says it wants more of. Zebec's own product vision has been to bring payroll, spending, and wallet-like financial activity into one place. The more chains and stablecoin environments that plug into the app, the more useful it becomes. If Base can bring volume, stablecoin usage, and builders, then Zebec can give those users a place to actually do something with that value. So now it gets a lot clearer. Base has a lot of users, stablecoin flow, and a big roadmap plan. Zebec brings the payment rails, the super app, the staking, the card products for users to use, all in one environment, which gives Zebec a stronger role for building the infrastructure for finance flows. And it's not just supporting another chain. We have Solana, we have XLM, we have Canton. We're expanding onto the XRP ledger. It's plugging into all those areas to attract more volume.
Okay, I'm gonna switch videos real quick. I gotta go outside for a second, and we'll pick this up in a couple minutes. This is 17 minutes, so I got plenty of time.
Latest
Be
on
right
Canton Network, Zebec, Hedera, HBAR, as well as Quant Network. So stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's start with Canton over here. What is Canton Network? You might ask. What makes it architecturally distinct? Why are institutions building on it? In a nutshell, Canton has answered this in a latest video over here.
Yeah, well, Melis, I guess one important thing I want to touch on today's episode is what is Canton?
Canton Network is the only public permissionless blockchain that was purpose-built for institutional finance. In the sense that we uniquely combine configurable privacy, controls, and also interoperability to allow anyone from largest financial institutions, enterprises, retail, or even entrepreneurs to launch applications within whatever use case or regulatory environment that they may.
From the looks of it, it was purpose built for financial institutions. There is a difference, a slight difference between built and purpose built. By purpose built, we mean that its primary agenda was to give a practical solution for what institutions and financial firms they want. What do they want practically? Where the use case lies? What are their grievances? What are their issues? So their Canton Network has been trying to tackle that all. Sub 10 ms matching, 100,000 orders per second, full composability with assets and apps on Canton. Temple's light speed is live, guys. Look at this. The speed of traditional exchange, the composability of a decentralized exchange. The first sub-second order book on Canton, it is live, guys. Canton is making progress as we're speaking. Over here, we can see King Solomon break down what the proof of concept with Mizuho, Nomura, JSCC, and digital asset is actually testing what it means for cross-border collateral infrastructure. First, let's check this out. Look at this. Launch of proof of concept trial for digital collateral management using Japanese government bonds. You can see that the enterprise interest in Japan is growing. And according to this post over here as well, that Canton is also trying to have its own share of spotlight over there. Look at this. We're talking about so much happening. Japan Securities Clearing Corporation, President and CEO Isao Hasegawa, and Digital Asset Holdings LLC, CEO Yuval Ruse, today announced the joint launch of a proof of concept trial to enhance collateral management by leveraging the Canton Network, the only blockchain purpose-built for institutional finance. You can see that everywhere they use the term purpose-built. It is deliberate, guys, and this is true. Canton is purpose-built for these solutions.
Has launched a trial with Mizuho, Nomura, and Japan Securities Clearing Corporation has launched a trial with Mizuho, Nomura, and Digital Asset. Digital Asset Holdings is the parent company of Canton to test blockchain-based collateral using Japanese government bonds. The trial seeks to assess real-time collateral transactions while ensuring compliance. It's a joint statement that was released Monday, but here is the initial press release. Launching proof of concept trial for digital collateral management using Japanese government bonds. Enhancing 24/7 cross-border collateral transactions using cross-border or using blockchain technology. Now, notably here, Nomura has come up multiple times in the past. I know Nomura sits on the Hedera Council. Japan Securities Clearing Corporation, I know, has come up. Mizuho 100% has come up in previous videos here. I didn't do like a huge deep dive into these individual entities, and I'm sure there's associations we could make with all sorts of crypto and blockchain entities, but I'm just going to present what's here for Canton because that's what I pulled up. And essentially what you have here is the joint launch of a proof of concept trials. It says right here, by leveraging the Canton Network, the only blockchain purpose-built for institutional finance. It's interesting because rarely we use, a lot of the times, and this is not sponsored or paid for by Canton, by the way. A lot of the times in here, when you put names on entities and you kind of have, this is jpx.co, so this is an actual like press release, a corporate press release. So they try to be agnostic a lot of the times. Proof of concept focusing on Japanese government bonds for which rights are transferred under the Act on Book Entry Transfer of Corporate Bonds and Shares. The project will verify from both legal and practical perspectives whether the transfer of rights and updates to book entry transfer records within a hierarchical structure involving multiple account management institutions can be executed seamlessly using blockchain technology. This sounds a lot like that DTCC patent back in the day with the hierarchical wallet infrastructure stuff that we covered here. this is a sidebar because I'm not saying that that's definitively it. Let me.
Canton is making waves in the world of finance. We cannot deny that whatsoever, guys, because Canton is one of those projects that does not care about what the broader retail community who care about the price action, the short chills. They do not care about them. They are just purpose built for institutions, and they keep on delivering. Another project that is associated with Canton, guys, we saw the partnership with the Lattice Exchange, Zebec. Zebec, you can see that Circle has been working with us since day one as both infrastructure provider and an early backer. USDC has been at the core of Zebec's ecosystem from the beginning, powering real-world payments across payroll, card spending, and cross-border transfers. So this Circle Alliance program member highlight, we've got Zebec. That's really great. Circle has commented over here as well. They think Zebec is something special, or else they wouldn't be cooperating with them. Low key, one of the cleanest early partnerships. USDC been doing the heavy lifting for real payments since day one. Circle has made a name for itself, and it is time that Zebec makes a name for itself. And for that end, they have discussed some latest with the community. They say that there are something down the pipeline in the upcoming weeks, months. Look at this.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up in the next 2 weeks. I'm sure Simon will go a little bit more in depth, but we got a couple conferences we'll be hitting up back to back. So a lot of cool stuff, obviously, on the pipeline in terms of IRL. And obviously, like all the work stuff that we got on the pipeline as well. So
exactly,
should be a few exciting weeks.
Yeah, I'm touching on a couple of those things today. I've prepped a few questions I want to ask Simon before all of this stuff starts happening. So
absolutely,
just waiting for him to join now. He's just messaged me and said he's joining. So yeah, we should be good to go.
Nice. How's London?
Well, the UK. I'm not quite in London.
Right, UK.
But that's okay. I'm close enough. It's nice, man. It's spring here, so it's nice. Okay for the moment. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot going on in the UK as well. I don't know if you've just seen Coinbase's announcement about a GBP-backed stablecoin that they've listed at that end, and a number of other things that are starting to happen that I think give me a sense that perhaps crypto and DeFi is not being cast aside by the UK government, which was something I was really concerned about before. So.
Nice. No, that's obviously good, and it also helps us, right?
Exactly. Well, Simon would know all about that. He's a mover and a shaker. He speaks to all the right people. Hello, Simon. How are you?
Hey, Ben. Doing well. Great to be here with you.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you just see that news from Coinbase about the GBP-backed stablecoin?
I did. It's a company that's actually been on our radar for a while, and we've been having conversations with them. So we'll be excited to bring that to our ecosystem as well.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, look, I want to get going as quickly as possible. I know your time is tight, but there's a few things I'd like to touch on today. So hello and welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining this very quick Zebec community check-in. A bit short, but...
Folks, the ecosystem of Zebec seems to be building as well, along with Canton. Really great projects, very decent projects. And in the short term, I think that one thing that Zebec can do better, in my opinion, is update the community a bit more, a bit better, because they post very few X posts in a week or so. You can see we're seeing April 20th, and then if you come down, April 16th, okay, April 15th, okay. So they've been posting consistently. I really like it. Okay, so there was a time when the postings were not constant enough. I remember a time now they have been constantly posting on their X handle. So okay. So I take that back. Zebec is indeed active now. Talking about HBAR, guys, HBAR is undergoing something that if a few of you know, Those in the HBAR community, they know, but overall, those who are in the utility space do not know that they are unlocking a few tokens. Look at this, a few coins. Panic from HBAR community in Q2. There is an 8% release of HBAR tokens, meaning the total supply will move from 86.6% to 94.5%. We might see a small short-term supply increase. It might lead to corrections, price dips, but overall, in my opinion, we're going to our target of 50 billion HBAR total supply. The max supply, the max cap will be reached soon. So in my opinion, this is really good for HBAR in the long haul. As soon as we can get to that level, I think that would be great. We might see some short-term pullbacks and everything, because this is a great increase in the supply for the short term from 86.6% to 94.5%, but this might benefit in the long haul, because as you all know, Hedera indeed is jacked. Most only pay attention to HBAR F500 and government partners. Don't get me wrong, that's definitely the most exciting part of the Hedera ecosystem. But it's the fine details in HGraph that moves the needle in the long run. Indeed, HBAR is moving the needle in technical areas, in fundamental areas. To gain enterprise DLT adoption, you need one specific thing: enterprise-grade tooling and support at the foundational level, which is exactly what tools like HGraph, TrackTrace, HashSphere offer natively in the Hedera ecosystem. So from the looks of it, guys, Hedera is technically and fundamentally sound. It is in the best possible phase of its existence, meaningful partnerships and whatnot. Look at this, Valor.
Crow, you crazy. What was that? No, you need more. How much is never enough? Yeah, it actually is. You can never have enough, right? You can never, ever, ever have enough. 8 million is a good start, though. 8 million is definitely a good start. But let's finish the video real quick. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit your main man up with a super chat. I don't know if you can hear that. You can even hear that. Hit your main man up with a super chat, but let's get back to the video.
Just secured about $11 million of institutional money into its Hedera ETPs, $10 million through Bors Frankfurt, and another $1 million through Sweden's Spotlight Market. That is not random speculation. That is capital choosing a regulated wrapper for exposure to Hedera. This is what Hedera stands for. Look at this. Hedera were at the IMF and World Bank spring meeting over the past few days. So, rubbing shoulders with the very best of them, talking about CBDC related infrastructure through MTech, another project that is dealing with CBDCs, programmable money. You guessed it right, guys. QNT. Look at this. It almost feels like Japan is more bullish on QNT than the UK lately. We talked about how Canton is making its name known in Japan. Quant is also in Japan. The first 4 months of 2026 is unreal. Dentsu Soken top Japan PSP integrate overledger. Decurrent DCJPY confirms overledger use. Bank of Japan CBDC confirmed. Rosalind inspired. Japan Patent Office approves Quant's second patent. You can check this out. So much happening for Quant Network in Japan. Bank of Japan to test blockchain settlement for bank reserves. Here's why it matters. The sandbox will begin prototype development in the second quarter of 2026. By the way, this is really great news for those projects that are dealing in Japan, be it Quant Network, be it Canton, XDC, XRP. There are a few projects that are much more interested in Japan than the others. Real-world testing with selected financial institutions will follow through 2027, with results expected in early 2028. So, One more thing I would like to highlight over here, guys, that this takes time. All of this progress, all of these developments, years are like months in the world of DLT finance, because these things take time. They take time to build, they take time to test in real world situations. That is, you can see 2026, 2027, 2028, years go by like months. The central bank plans to work with experts from academia and the private sector to ensure the system integrates smoothly with existing infrastructure, including the Bank of Japan Net Settlement Network. This is great. Multi-chain fragmentation underclass. I wanted to show you this graphic. Someone has made it, and this is really great. The interop serves, chain link, CCIP, Quant Network. So this is awesome. Proton, Metallicus ecosystem, layer 0. An infrastructure is being made, guys, and scarcity for Quant continues to grow. Quant Network tokenomics, scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. It is what defines QNT, guys. So this is awesome. Yeah, really great for Quant. Meanwhile, look at this. A latest post by Quant: is the future of money really winner takes all? Stable coins, tokenized deposits, CBDCs, each is claiming its place in the financial system, but they serve different purposes, carry different balance sheets implications, and come with different risks for banks. So what does Quant do over here? Quant is building matters for the next phase of financial infrastructure. They've been thinking hard about where each form of digital money fits and why tokenized deposits represent the most sustainable path to programmable finance within regulated banking. So guys, this is what we're talking about. All of these projects are doing really good. They're making progress. I would like your opinions. What do you think about Canton, HBAR, Zebec, QNT? Do let the community know. And if you're interested in utility crypto content, do subscribe the channel and smash that notification icon. Until next time, stay blessed.
in the super app. So let's think of the bigger picture here, not just on the consumer side, but does Base attract a bigger institutional reach for Zebec? Yes, and this is where the big institution angle becomes important. JP Morgan's own newsroom said its USD deposit token became available to institutional clients on Base, offering secure, real-time 24/7 transactions on a public blockchain. That mattered because Base is no longer just Coinbase's consumer chain. It is also a place where one of the largest banks in the world has already decided to move real institutional value. That is useful for Zebec because it shows Base can host both retail-style payments growth and serious financial infrastructure. So when Zebec expands there, it is stepping into an ecosystem that is already proving it can support very different levels of use, from consumer apps to stablecoin payment to bank-issued deposit tokens. It also means Zebec is not limited to one type of user on Base. It can benefit from both the consumer side and the institutional side as the chain evolves. And this is where the long-term plan matters. Base's own roadmap says it wants to become a place where a major asset can be tokenized, traded, and built on, but also becoming the easiest app for stablecoin saving, spending, and payments. If that is the direction Base is taking, then Zebec's payment stack becomes more relevant over time.
Hold up, Ricky. What you know about Zebec Navy? Zebec is the Army, better yet, the Navy. Shot out the Air Force and the Space Force. What you know about the Navy, Ricky? But either way it go, no worries. Let's finish the video.
So this is where the integration gets a lot more interesting. Base Network is not just growing in users and stablecoin volume, it's attracting the bigger institutional activity like JP Morgan's deposit token. That means Zebec Network is entering an ecosystem not just on the consumer side, but the big institutional side as well at the same time. So now the part you're probably here for. What does this have to do with ZBCN? How could this benefit your investment? Zebec's earned tokenomics say ZBCN demand is tied to real product usage and volume, including payroll fees, super app functionality, staking incentives, and real-world spending. So the more useful Zebec payment stack becomes, the more valuable the broader ecosystem around ZBCN can become. Base integration helps because it gives Zebec access to a bigger user pool, more builder relationship, and a much larger stablecoin environment that can mean more payment activity, more card usage, and more reasons for users to stay inside the Zebec products. In simple terms, Base can bring volume. Zebec can give that volume away to become payments, and the more payment and app activity can capture, the stronger the case becomes that ZBCN is sitting at the center of something useful. That does not mean one integration changes everything overnight, but it does mean the product stack gets stronger. And when a product stack gets stronger, token utility actually becomes easier to understand for the market. And that is building systems that help every builder bring more users and more volume. If teams on Base start using Zebec for payroll, cards, and payment experiences, then Zebec does not gain end users. It gains an app-level relationship. So if you zoom all the way out, here's the real setup. Base Network brings scale, stablecoin volume, and global reach, along with its users. JP Morgan's deposit token brings serious reach for financial infrastructure within the ecosystem. And Zebec brings things that Base needs more of. A way to turn digital dollars into payroll, payments, and card spending in the real world. And if that starts putting more on-chain activity into the super app, well, that's beneficial for ZBCN. The more streaming payments and payroll is used in the super app, that reduces the fees of ZBCN. For ZBCN holders, it's not just about a Base integration that sends the coin higher. The point of this is that this makes Zebec's product stack a lot stronger, and stronger products is what creates the foundational layer for long-term value for your investment.
So shout out to, who is this? This is, who is that? Oh yeah, Crypto Star Rail. This guy, I guess we could lead a captain real quick. We got a minute or two. How long is this video? 11 minutes. What up, Mambo?
It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another Zebec update. Now, I just want to share my
Let me see. Zebec Navy SEALs. What's up with the Army? Better yet, the Navy. Shout out the Air Force and the Navy SEALs. Let's get it. Let me see. Is there a short video in here somewhere? I guess not. I guess we'll run this real quick. I'm going to grab lunch, but I'll run this until the end.
Project, right? Zebec is a Circle Alliance program member. So at the same time, it's not like Circle's randomly making this post. I think if anything, you know, the fact that they're even reminding people, I guess, about Zebec, I think that sounds pretty impressive to me. I mean, they didn't have to do this, right? But they're doing it anyway. So I just found that to be pretty amazing. Considering how Circle, it feels like they have better things to do. Sometimes people like to say that because, of course, Circle publicly listed, And we already know USDC is so massive in the grand scheme of things. So if something of that size even bothers to remind people about Zebec, I think that is just, again, pretty impressive in my opinion. In contrast to Stellar, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Stellar, but remember when Zebec first had a partnership with Stellar, and then, Stellar for quite a while didn't really want to post about it, which I thought was so bizarre, but then eventually they did, of course. But I'm just saying, at least Circle, they acknowledged Zebec. I mean, Stellar did too, but I'm just saying again, right? I just wanted to mention that just for a throwback, right, for what happened not too long ago. But yeah, besides that point, if we take a look at, let's say, Zebec, even having Circle as a backer anyways, that is so difficult in my opinion, because we have to keep in mind, at the time when Circle became a backer when it comes to Zebec, it's not like Zebec was this super well-known project or anything like that. That wasn't the case, in my opinion. And when I first graduated college, I worked for a year at this construction company, which was really massive, by the way. And when I was learning the ropes, so to speak, in the first year, just kind of, learning how it all worked, it's not that easy, becoming a contractor for a large development or a large project. It's also not that easy sometimes, talking to these property developers or something like that for them to even want to choose that particular construction company. Again, it's not that easy. During those meetings, they're trying to ask every single minute detail. They're trying to make us sometimes feel a little bit confused, it feels like to me, for whatever reason, just to kind of maybe have that one leg up like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. Could you imagine what the Zebec team had to go through when they're let's say, talking with people at Circle and stuff like that? The amount of technical questions, the amount of, questioning, and also the amount of details they need to know, the product knowledge, basically, right? That seems pretty intense to me. It's not that easy. It's not like Zebec has ever seen a 2-3 billion market cap. It's never seen that before, ever in history. So we're talking about a project that last year in 2025 peaked at around a 500 million market cap, almost 540 million, basically. And even before it did that, I already knew that Circle was a backer when it comes to Zebec. So that showcases just how kind of difficult that milestone was. But of course, I guess people like to say, well, who cares? Zebec isn't even such a massive project. But here's the thing. XDC had to start somewhere, right? Stellar had to start somewhere. Ripple had to start somewhere. I mean, doesn't it make sense that Zebec has to start somewhere too? It's like, for instance, I have been growing a tree for the past couple of years, and it takes time. I got it as a seed, and then eventually it started growing, but that takes time, that takes care, that takes effort. So when it comes to something like that, again, it takes time. So when it comes to, let's say in the case of Zebec, if people are complaining that, oh, it's taking time or too much time, well, okay, I mean, that's their opinion, right? But personally for me, because I can't control anyone, my personal perspective is that I don't mind waiting because, sometimes things do take time. It's like constructing a building. It takes time, right? I mean, it doesn't happen in 2 hours. But yeah, besides that point, though, when I take a look at Zebec, I do kind of like the slight recovery that we've seen lately. I mean, the past 24 hours up almost 12%, at least at the time of this recording. Actually, in the past week, the recovery has been almost 25%. I mean, do I have anything really to complain about that? Keep in mind, the market cap as of right now is around 340 million. Remember not too long ago when the market cap was well below 300 million? I remember because I was constantly still talking about Zebec at that time. People like to say, oh, you only talk about Zebec when it's doing pretty good. Well, that's actually not true, right? Personally for me, because I've been talking about Zebec constantly. That's the thing, even when it wasn't doing the best. If anyone remembers, right, when I first started believing in Zebec, the market cap was below 100 million. Could you imagine that? It was way harder for me to believe in Zebec back then when compared to right now. That's just my mindset. So when I first believed in Zebec, the market cap was over 3 times lower than where it is as of right now. That's the thing. So when people like to say, oh, Zebec is doing so bad, okay, it's not doing the best. The market cap is still down around 200 million when compared to its peak last year approximately. But still, I feel like even with this market cap as of right now, I had a tougher time believing in it when the market cap was below 100 million. But as of right now, again, at around 340 million, basically, do I have anything to complain about? I personally don't, because if Zebec could just go back to around a 540 million market cap, like what we saw last year, then I have like zero things to be upset about or even to be angry about. Again, I have zero reasons to feel that way, because when it comes to Zebec, again, I started believing in it when the market cap was below 100 million. As of right now, still, I get it. It's not doing the best. People sometimes like to say that, but I'm just saying, this is just my personal perspective. Now, also on top of that, though, people like to tell me that, oh, you know, when it comes to this space, it's taking too long. Again, they like to say that. But to me, I don't mind waiting. I mean, if I like really cared so much about waiting, then I wouldn't be in this space. That's plain and simple. That's really about it. I mean, if I didn't want to wait, then I wouldn't be in a space like this. That's just my mindset. But I voluntarily chose to be okay with waiting, which is why I don't mind entering into this space, which I don't have to do, by the way, right? No matter how much research I do, no matter what someone tells me, no matter what I read, no matter what I did, I voluntarily have to choose to believe in a project. That's the thing. But I just felt like it. Also, not every single person is going to be a fan of a certain particular project. Like, for instance, within this space as of right now, allegedly there's over 600 million owners. Now, if we take a look at that statistic right there, that's pretty massive. And of course, I'm talking about the space like collectively as a whole. Keep in mind, ZBCN, I put this in a quote unquote type of way, right? Like there's only around 102,000 holders, basically. The reason why I say only is because that's actually very minuscule compared to over 600 million. So if we think about that, not even 1% of the holders within this space care about Zebec. At least that's the way to take a look at it. I mean, it's not like ZBCN has around 6 million holders. That's simply not the case. But besides that point, though, even though people like to say, but yeah, that's so minuscule. Again, I think that kind of showcases my point before, right? That not every single person is going to just believe in every single project like that. So when it comes to Zebec, again, it showcases that it's purely voluntary for me. Now, granted, 102,000 holders is actually not that bad considering, I think, what Zebec had to go through. Keep in mind, when I was making videos at the beginning of this year, like the amount of holders was holding at around 96,000. And at times I saw like sometimes the statistics dipping a little bit, which, you know, again, I mean, who knows about that, right? Sometimes the numbers are moving and then sometimes it lags behind, who knows? But as of right now, if we just kind of assume it was holding steady at around 96, or let's just say for simplicity's sake, around 95,000 holders, as of right now, seeing 102,000 holders, so like around a 7,000 increase, that's not, I think, so bad considering that actually ZBCN was doing a lot better last year. Yet as of right now, we're seeing the amount of holders increase, which may sound counterintuitive, but I think maybe that's a testament to just how much Zebec has improved fundamentally speaking. I mean, I think the Stellar partnership had a pretty big thing to do with that, and also hints at a hypothetical Ripple partnership also maybe, you know, had something to do with that. We'll wait and see when it comes to that one. But historically, I've already seen Zebec in terms of how XRPL is one of the supported chains. I've already seen them talk about that basically quite a while back ago, but the one that we haven't really seen is an actual full-on Ripple partnership. That's the one we haven't seen. Now, we're still going to wait and see, but I already went into greater detail as to the clues that I saw in regard to this in my previous video, so feel free to check that one out. I'm actually going to show that video as the end screen for this video, so feel free to check that one out. But I'm just saying, the clues are kind of hypothetically there. We've already seen a Stellar partnership, a hypothetical Ripple partnership. That's just the cherry on top for me, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, besides that point, though, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a very nice day. It's Willie the Captain, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.
So shout out to Lee the Captain, and I guess we'll shut it down. These videos have been running a lot longer, but thanks for joining. Let me see here. So here's the final take. ZBCN just became one of the more interesting small to mid cap payment infrastructure stories in crypto. The breakout is real. The base integration is real. The super app narrative is real. The XRP Vegas timing is real. The top 100 watch is real. But the next step is follow through. Can ZBCN hold the 003? Can it push through the 003H? Can it make serious run to the 004? Can Zebec turn payments, payroll cards, base integration into actual usage? That's the whole stream in one sentence. ZBCN has the story. Now the chart needs to prove it. Before you leave, hit the like button, subscribe, share the stream with one person who's sleeping on ZBCN. And in the comments, I want you to answer this. Is ZBCN going to 004 this weekend, or does it pull back first? Zebec Nation, I'll see you on the next one. Stay dangerous, stay disciplined, and don't let these green candles make you forget how math works. So as always, your main man BTM signing out. Peace and hair grease. Miners out.